Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So it was put out there just recently all over the media that Christian Combs, one of the sons of P. Devil Combs, has been slapped with a lawsuit, a you know what kind of lawsuit. Now, there were some allegations before this surrounding him and his brother, Justin Combs. So knowing some of the things that they were being accused of doing before this, I'm really not shocked, even though we haven't heard a whole lot coming from the two of them up until this moment. Now, I know Kim Porter is rolling around in her grave right now because I know that woman did not raise this young man to be out here allegedly acting like this and racking up lawsuits like his father. The word on the YouTube streets allegedly is that he is basically his father 2.0. I could be very wrong, but I would assume that him, his brothers, and his sisters have seen a lot going down in private, behind closed doors. The abuse, allegedly, that his father put his mother through. And it is sad that he would allegedly grow up and put somebody else's daughter through that same kind of abuse. He should have developed compassion, respect, empathy, especially for women. Although we know that sometimes people repeat the cycle of abuse. Now, is it excusable? Absolutely not. What we're not ever going to do, especially over here at this channel, is excuse or justify bad behavior. Even if he didn't have a good example, his father being a bad example should have been something to learn from. An example of what not to be, how not to turn out, how not to treat people. But anyways, so there was a woman by the name of Grace who was filing a lawsuit against him and some other people. Apparently, I believe it was the manager, if I'm not mistaken, of the yacht who all this was surrounding, and someone else, if I'm not mistaken. The legal documents are out there. They're free for people to read. There have even been people breaking it down on their YouTube channel. Admittedly, it's very upsetting to see all the stuff that was going on and what she was talking about in those legal documents that happened to her, allegedly. Although, to make a long story short, or to give a brief summary, basically this young woman by the name of Grace was working on a yacht. She was not a yacht girl. Let me make that very clear. Allegedly, apparently, she was a steward actually working ethically on the yacht. Not selling herself to the highest bidder, actually working in actual employment on the boat. Apparently, allegedly, there was a party being thrown on this yacht. She was assigned to be serving them food, whatever, etc. Allegedly, apparently, they brought their own drinks. She had suspicions that those drinks that they brought may have been spiked. And we're going to go over why she had that suspicion and why those suspicions were not basically unwarranted, if you will. So she was doing her job. Christian Combs decides he wants to have relations with her, if you get my drift. She lets him know, I have a job to do. I'm not supposed to be patronizing and doing those kinds of things with the customers. We are trying to be professional. He would not take no for an answer. He insisted that she take shots from a bottle of allegedly tequila that he brought onto the yacht. He kept insisting. She kept saying no. She had no support on her side because the manager, I'm assuming the same person who was the captain of the yacht, was not trying to help these people, was not trying to help his employees. Kind of like most bosses on most workplaces and jobs. The person who was, like I said, in charge was so busy trying to butt kiss Sean P. Devil Combs and I guess be in his pocket that he did not care what was possibly taking place with his own employees. Now, she was trying to appease him by basically saying, okay, I'll take a shot if you take a shot. But then he refused to do it. He basically let her know to her face, I'm not about to drink out of this bottle. But what you're about to do is take a shot from this bottle. And that is when she began to realize, more than likely, that bottle was spiked because he wasn't about to drink from it, but was trying to make her drink from it. Now, allegedly, he pressured her into taking a shot, which she did to appease him and get him to leave her alone. And I can already see where people are going to blame her and make it seem like she had it coming just because she took the shot. Once again, this is people's jobs we're talking about. When you're dealing with people who are high up in the industry like P. Diddy, whenever you are at your job, trying to do your job, and they are basically trying to make you do something, there's not a whole lot of control you have in that situation, especially as a woman who's smaller than them, especially when your boss, who's supposed to be looking out for you, whoever is in charge, the supervisor, if you will, over that workplace, is so busy once again, butt kissing the celebrity and trying to be on their good side, receiving favors and money, if you will, allegedly, and not caring about what's happening to you, essentially low-key trying to make you just deal with it so that they could get the perks of being on the good side of that celebrity. Honestly, I feel like this woman she had a losing deck of cards, if you will, from the very beginning. Allegedly, after taking the shot, she didn't feel so great, so she tried to get away from him and get him to stop pressuring her into doing things that she did not want to do, and also touching her, because allegedly he was groping her, filling her up inappropriately without her permission. So she kept saying, listen, I gotta go and ask the manager, whoever it is, back in the kitchen, whatever, if I can spend more time with you, as you're trying to make me do, because it's not my choice, I'm trying to do my job. Again, saying that to appease him, allegedly. Then was basically like, okay, well, go and ask whoever you need to ask. And then when she went to leave to get away from him, basically, essentially, allegedly, he cornered her, took off his clothes, and tried to force himself on her, allegedly. She was fighting for her life. She sustained multiple bruises and a lot of trauma, so much so to the point where she developed all kinds of health problems, psychological issues. It was so bad, apparently, that whoever she was allegedly dating at the time, I guess they just decided this was too much for them to deal with and still be in a relationship with her, so ended up leaving her. So her relationship got broke up. She couldn't have certain jobs. She couldn't work because the health problems and the trauma was so bad that it was interfering with her ability to work. Essentially, they ruined this woman's life, allegedly. Allegedly, she did go to the captain, whoever was in charge, and try to tell them what happened, only for her, whatever she was explaining to them, to be ignored. Allegedly, she was berated by the supervisor, whoever it was, and made to still work with these people after this happened. So once again, let's put this in perspective. Allegedly, this woman was assaulted by the son of a celebrity who doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and is only even relevant because his father made a whole bunch of money by screwing people over. And then she tried to get help and nobody listened, and then she was made to still serve the same people that hurt her, allegedly. That's why allegedly 2 other people, if I'm not mistaken, were listed in the lawsuit. Not only just him, but also 2 other people, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, was also the captain, because like I said, she did go to somebody for help, but she was only further abused and victimized. Now, allegedly, the same lawyer that's representing Lil Rod, who is a lawyer by the name of Tyrone Blackburn, is also supposedly representing her with this lawsuit. And allegedly, Lil Rod has been alleging that he has a video recording of basically what went down. Her telling him no multiple times, him, doing what he did. Allegedly, he has the proof, is what he's claiming. Now, also allegedly, the lawyers of P. Devil Combs have been trying to poke holes in these lawsuits. They've been trying to chalk it up to frivolous lawsuits, and they've been taking shots at Tyrone Blackburn, saying that his methods were not ethical, that they were subpar for a lawyer. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he's a young lawyer. He's a bit new to this, and I think that that's why they're saying that about him, amongst other reasons. But I really hope that he gets himself together, does whatever he has to do to fix it, because people want to see justice. They're tired of seeing people getting screwed over by the same people over and over and over again. And once again, what kind of example does it set? It shows people that if they get screwed over by a celebrity, basically the celebrity walks away unscathed. They don't face consequences. Once again, like I said, I really hope that they can get these lawsuits put through and that he will face some kind of consequences. Even if it's not jail time, they need some kind of consequences. Even if it's just in the form of settlement money. They can at least make him go broke for all the stuff that he has allegedly done to these people. Like I said, this situation is sad. I've said allegedly a host of times because, once again, that's what we have to do. But I really hope that all these people who have been hurt, and not just the people who have been hurt by P. Devil Combs, but everybody who's been hurt, especially by a celebrity who has gotten away with it. I hope every single person who's been hurt by these people gets the justice that's due to them. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.